Good evening, Dr. Pramod Jaiswal. Welcome to the New Indian Express. So, Dr. Pramod
Thank you, sir.
is a very known face in the strategic circle. He has been a think tanker, a university professor, track to activist, track to diplomacy's integral part, and a visiting professor to many universities in the region and beyond. Welcome, Pramod.
Thank you, sir.
So, where you are now in Kathmandu, there is a lot of buzz around the pro-monarchy movement. So there was a protest which led to some killing, a lot of people amassing onto the street and demanding the restoration of monarchy. What is actually happening? Why this sentiment? Is it nostalgia or something more to it?
Actually, when people call it a pro-monarchy movement, I do not agree to the fact because it's not only pro-monarchy movement. There are many other groups who are part of it. There are many who are against the current government. They have also joined. There is massive corruption in the country. People are unhappy with the political parties. There is lots of cooperative banks fraud. So they have also joined the movement. There are Hindu groups. There are some people who want a Hindu country. They are also behind the force. So when you call a pro-monarchical protest, it's not only pro-monarchy. There are different other groups who are not happy with the government. They have also joined it. So I call it overall anti-government protest rather than a pro-monarchy movement.
So what are these current political reasons or economic reasons or the governance issue that have led to this kind of a situation of massive people protest and, like you said, again people rooting for monarchy in some way or the other? So what is actually happening there when it comes to governance, when it comes to the political issues, corruption, and the things that you've talked about? Can you go a bit in detail?
Actually, we got a new constitution in 2015, and then people had huge aspirations, desire, and dreams that the current government, the new government, with the formation of new constitution, which will be federal, secular, republic, will deliver. Unfortunately, last 10 years, what we have seen is corruption. We can see massive political instability, all kind of coalition government between left and right, left and left, and all has failed to deliver. There was a time where all the two major left party came together. They have almost two-third majority. Even at the moment, they have almost two-third majority. In spite of that, we do not have stability in the country. We do not have development, and that has given rise to different groups at the moment. People are really frustrated. Youth are still migrating to Gulf and other countries. There is a lack of employment opportunities. On top of that, we have COVID, where economy is not doing quite good. Then we got a new political force called Rashtriya Swatantra Party, which was strongly supported by youth. And today, the leader of that party is also in jail. He is charged of corruption, fraud in cooperative. So even the new forces, people could not, rely on. So there's a complete frustration in the country where they have overthrown 205 years old monarchy because of their own mistakes. Then you got new system. Again, the new system has not been able to deliver. So there's a different kind of frustration where people have no hope. They don't know where to look at. So in this situation, the king, who is not in power since long, is trying to use that opportunity, use that frustration, and try to get some political mileage. Again, among the royalists also, there are different fractions. Some support Hindu state, some support king, and there's some who are just like opportunist group like Durga Prasad, who was initially with the Maoist and other political forces like VML. Now he has joined the royalists. So he just has certain interest. He does not support any of the either Hindu or king or any of the political ideas. So there are different kind of groups trying to benefit from the current chaos that we see in the country.
The name Durga Prasad comes up quite often. So does he have that kind of a convening power in Kathmandu? Why his name is always in the news whenever we talk about some political movement in Nepal? So like you said, he has been associated with various groups and factions and political parties. Why he is at the center of most of these things?
Actually, Durga Prasad is the one who had played a role in the past, bringing the major leader together, forming an alliance. He had his own business interest, and the political party did not fulfill his interest. That's why he has been changing his alliance. Like he keep shifting from different power centers. when he wanted to join those political parties, but in spite of supporting, in financially and in other forms, he has not been able to come to power because political class do not want to join them because of his old past. He is involved in lots of activities that political parties do not want to have him in their court. Now he has joined a royalist group just to benefit from the power that he can get, and he's one who is like who want to be popular. He has money. He is one of the business from business family here. So he has some money power, muscle power that he can mobilize the masses. But again, like it's not everyone that supports. There are some factions who really support monarchy. There are some who really support the other cause, which is Hindu state. But maximum people are those who are frustrated in this country. Like Durga Prasad has also taken lots of money from the bank. He said that he's not going to pay. So many people think that they took some loan, they could not deliver, so government should pay off his loan. And so those people are also behind him. There are many who feels that their money has been misused by the political parties through cooperatives and other forms. So they think that he can be the one who can put them out of those problems. So there's all kind of groups behind it. It's not only one force that is behind Durga Prasad, and he's trying to through the use of social media, he's able to convince the people. Basically, those who are from the rural parts of Nepal who do not understand all those that we see here at the moment.
So, Brahman, you have been tracking these developments for some time now. So, if you look at the history of Nepal since 1951, the brush with monarchy, then the government, elected government, republicanism, all these come on and off in Nepal. So, do you think somewhere there the love for monarchy is still visible among a section of people? How do they see this? After all, Nepal had a monarchical system for 254 years. So, how do you see that? Forget about the political movement, those who at least have some memories or some kind of a nostalgia, some kind of a thinking about monarchy being reinstated, though they will not come out open in the streets. So how do you see that, those kind of people and feelings?
There is one section of Nepali who have always benefited from the monarchy and the system. They're still in this country. Many have also migrated to other countries, but they are involved through social media. They are like doing passive campaign. They are supporting financially. But even in the country, there are some who are still there in the country, and they wish to have the revival of the monarchy. But the problem is that Nepal lost monarchy not because of the people. They lost monarchy because of the monarch. The king, the former king Gyanendra, he is the cause for the whole system because and even previous, like we had King Birendra, and one fine morning we came to know that entire member of his family member has been massacred by someone from his own family member. So the institution of monarchy, which was seen as a Vishnu avatar, people started questioning how can Vishnu die, and then how can a Vishnu not protect his entire family? And now, if Vishnu can't protect his own family, how can they protect a common people like me and you? So that was the first, the idea of monarch was killed that day. After that, people started questioning who is behind it, because people were they do not they refused to accept that the crown prince might have killed it. Even there was some conspiracy theory that King Gandhra might have been involved, or his son, who is not having a good, report around the world, he might have been involved. So all those conspiracy theory also killed the concept of a king. So right now we do not have a king. The king has died, and there is no someone who can lead, as a king, because we don't see Gyanendra. We don't see the king, a kind of king character in Gyanendra, neither on his son, and his grandson is so small. I don't know how old he is. No one has seen his face. He was a baby at the time. So that we do not have king. Second, the king or monarchy has no agenda. I mean, obviously, people are frustrated with the political parties, but what has king to offer? He has no agenda. He's not saying that what he can deliver, how he can bring change in the country. He's not coping with that. Neither he has a vision. I mean, even he was a king for some time, and people had to force him out. From constitutional monarch, he brought absolute monarchy. So all those clearly states that he has this greed for power, but he lacks vision. Other is a teamwork, or you can say advisors. There is no people within his there are groups of people like Durga Prasad, Rabindra Mishra, or Dhawal Samser. There are many faces. There is no one common face, or even the king, who can lead this movement for the demand for king. So At the same time, there's no internal support. People of Nepal do not support it. There are some factions who support, but if you ask whether you want republic or king, I mean, there are maximum political parties who support republic. So it's only a fraction of people who support them. On top of that, the king lacks international support. He's not supported by India because of his own activities in the past. He was not a king earlier, so he do not have more connection internationally. Europe and America support democratization process of Nepal like India. So almost all the major forces here in Nepal are for democracy. So there is not a single entity that really want monarchy back. China is important, but because it's one of the neighbor, but still China don't want to intervene into Nepal's internal affairs much. They don't get involved. They just fulfill their own interests, that sometimes security and economic. They don't want to go deep into the political changes that happen in this country. So I do not find any internal or external support for the king, and he is also trapped in his own chaos, that he don't have leadership. He's not willing to spend enough that is required to do a massive mobilization in the country. And as I said, the most important is we do not have a king character. We don't have someone who can come as a king and demand for a monarchy at the moment.
So is it a wake-up call for the political parties in Nepal? So what is the solution? Political parties reforming themselves, better governance. How do you see that?
As I said, in pro-monarchy movement, there are different groups. Like even there might be some who are from Nepali Congress, and they might have joined that movement because they want Nepali Congress to be scared and bring reforms in the country and deliver. There might be even someone from his Oli party, CPN-UML, Oli's own party, because they might also want to see a change in the leadership, a serious form of delivery. There might be some who are from the Maoist party or different groups. So people here at the moment, they do not want king back. They have already thrown it several years ago. What they want is they want democratic parties to reform themselves and deliver what people want. Control corruption, bring economic reforms, a kind of political stability, so that they do not have to go abroad. So those are different demands for different people. So those protests is like a anti-government protest, where they want to send a warning call to the government that if you do not change, maybe there can be revival of old system. So that is what different groups are behind that, because they really want to see change in Nepal, the political party to reform themselves, because we have seen the same old faces since years. Prachanda, KP Oli, Sherbal Deuba, the youth among the similar parties are not getting opportunities, and people here are frustrated with them because they have not been able to deliver. It's not about age. With age, they are not able to deliver. So they still hope that maybe new leadership might be able to deliver.
Thank you, Pramod. It was a pleasure talking to you. Thank you so much.
Thank you, sir. It was a pleasure talking to you.